What if everything you've been led to believe about aging, about vitality, about the very spark of life within you, was fundamentally misunderstood? For millennia, a profound truth has been veiled, whispered only among initiates, hidden in plain sight within ancient symbols and forgotten teachings. This isn't about denial. It's about a radical internal alchemy that can transform your body, reignite your spirit, and expand your consciousness far beyond conventional limits. Imagine unlocking a wellspring of life force, a potent energy that defies the natural decay we've been taught to accept. This journey will expose the true catalysts for aging, revealing how our modern lives subtly drain our most precious life energy. We will uncover forbidden practices to reactivate the dormant glands of youth, allowing you to reclaim not just your physical vigor, but your mental clarity and spiritual power. If you are ready to dismantle outdated paradigms and embrace a profound understanding of your own inner potential, then show your support. Hit that like button, share your immediate thoughts in the comments below, and subscribe to our channel. The path to true transformation begins now. The path to true transformation begins now. And what does this path reveal? It unearths the very bedrock of existence, an ancient wisdom, forgotten by many, yet preserved in the whispers of time. We will peel back the layers of conventional understanding, those accepted truths that keep humanity tethered to cycles of decay. Our journey illuminates the hidden mysteries surrounding vitality itself, not merely the absence of illness, but a vibrant, overflowing life force. We speak of the true sources of aging, not as an inevitable decline, but as a consequence of vital currents diverted, of energy blocked. We delve into the profound art of inner alchemy, a process far older than any written history. An esoteric science that transmutes the lead of human limitation into the gold of boundless potential. This isn't mere philosophy, it's a practical path. We explore the forgotten glands, those energetic centers within you, often considered dormant, yet holding the keys to revitalizing every cell. Expect revelations gleaned from forbidden texts, scriptures dismissed by mainstream thought, but revered by those who saw true power beyond the physical. These ancient writings, veiled in symbolism, hint at practices capable of reactivating what modernity deems impossible. Prepare to connect with the very source of life, to feel the pulse of cosmic energy flowing through you, not as a metaphor, but as a palpable reality. This communion is the genesis of spiritual enlightenment, a state where clarity reigns, and your perception of self and reality expands exponentially. Are you ready to question everything you thought you knew about your own potential? About the universe's design? Are you prepared to access a vigor that time cannot diminish? What we're about to uncover transcends the physical, touching the very fabric of existence. Many believe aging is an inescapable decree of time, a preordained decay. Yet, this is one of the grandest hidden mysteries, a fallacy obscuring your true power. I tell you, aging is not an inherent process. It is a profound disconnection from your internal source of life. Imagine a wellspring within, eternally bubbling with vigor. When its flow is diverted or ignored, the surrounding landscape withers. This is the essence of our decline. The true catalysts for this accelerated wilting are twofold: the gradual extinguishing of passion, that fiery spark of joy, and, most critically, the unacknowledged waste of your sexual energy. This isn't about denial, but reverence. For millennia, ancestral wisdom, passed down through whispers and enshrined in forbidden texts like the Emerald Tablets or the secret scrolls of Taoist immortals, reveals the creative life force, often expressed as sexual energy, is the wellspring of vitality, regeneration, spiritual enlightenment. When this potent energy is squandered, dissipated without higher intention, it drains the essence of your being. Its alchemical reversal, gold decays into dust. This is the foundation of inner alchemy, learning to circulate and transmute this vital essence, preventing its dissipation and channeling it for rejuvenation. Masters of old understood that every spark of cosmic energy flowing freely within contributed to perpetual youth. They spoke of the elixir of life not as a potion, but as a state achieved through careful management of these internal rivers. Have you felt your vibrancy diminish as enthusiasm waned? Notice depletion after unchecked energetic expenditures? These are not coincidences. They are direct reflections of this truth. The secrets held within these hidden mysteries are now being unveiled. But what does it truly mean to harness this fundamental life force? And how do we begin this ancient transmutation? Many mistakenly believe the path to longevity and expanded awareness lies in rigid repression, in a monastic denial of this potent life force. But the true Sabiduria Ancestral, whispered through time and enshrined in Mysterios Occultos, reveals the opposite. The solution is not to dam the river, but to learn its currents, to channel its immense power. This isn't about abstinence, but about intelligent transformation. Imagine this vital force, not as something to be squandered, but as pure energia cosmica, a divine current coursing through your very being. The teachings, often found in textos prohibidos, like certain Taoist inner alchemy manuals or tantric scriptures, speak of a meticulous process, learning to channel this energy at its peak intensity, not letting it dissipate outwards, but drawing it inward and upward. This is the very essence of alchemia interior. Through specific practices, breathwork, and focused intention, you train this powerful current to ascend the spinal column. It is an internal ascent, a raising of Kundalini, as some traditions call it. As this vital energy rises, it doesn't just nourish your higher centers for Illumina Ka spiritual. It literally regenerates your cells, revitalizes your organs, and even rejuvenates the skin, erasing the physical markers of time's passage. Think of the subtle electromagnetic field that surrounds your body. When this core energy is circulated upwards, it recharges your entire being, making you vibrant, radiant. This is not mere theory. It's an observable, experiential science. Have you ever felt an inexplicable surge of creativity? A profound clarity after moments of intense, focused passion, not necessarily physical, but mental or artistic? That is a glimpse of this transformed energy at work. The ancient masters knew that a body full of vital energy, intelligently directed, becomes an unyielding vessel for consciousness itself. But how exactly does one initiate this internal flow? What are the specific keys to unlock this upward current, and what hidden chambers of your being will it illuminate next? The key, my friend, lies in the breath itself and the unwavering focus of your will. This isn't some new age fad. It's a fundamental principle found in the oldest strata of Sabiduria Ancestral, echoed in the deepest Mysterios Occultos of nearly every ancient civilization, from the subtle prana of Vedic traditions to the chi of the Taoists. The mechanism is the same, the controlled, conscious manipulation of respiration. Imagine the base of your spine, not merely as bone, but as a sleeping reservoir. Through specific breathing techniques, deeply rooted in the alchemia interior, you begin to stir this reservoir. It's not about force, but gentle persuasion, an invitation for the dormant energy to awaken. Your intention acts as the guiding current. Where the mind goes, energy flows. This ancient understanding, sometimes veiled in cryptic parables within Textos Prohibidos, describes how unwavering concentration, coupled with rhythmic, diaphragmatic breathing, can draw down pure energia cosmica from the very fabric of existence, channeling it directly into this spinal conduit. As this living current begins its subtle journey upward, propelled by your focused will, it purifies and invigorates. It is the very engine of Illumina Ka spiritual, yes, but also the blueprint for physical regeneration. Think of the subtle changes the quietening of the emotional storm, the gentle hum of vitality in organs long forgotten, a sharpening of senses. It's an internal rewiring, a gentle yet profound activation that transforms the physical body from a mere vessel into a vibrant, responsive instrument of higher consciousness. But this initial awakening is merely the first gate. What happens when this revitalized current reaches the higher centers? What deeper mysterios occultos are unveiled when the physical and energetic bodies truly harmonize, moving beyond mere physical health into realms of perception previously unimaginable? This deeper harmony, this nascent illumina ka spiritual, is a precious current, a vibrant river of pure energia cosmica coursing through your awakened self. Yet this very life force, the essence of your creative and vital energy, is under constant siege in the mundane world. Much of what you perceive as normal daily living acts as a silent thief, draining this potent reservoir. The Sabiduría ancestral, often hidden within the obscure passages of Textos Prohibidos, speaks not only of generation, but also of preservation. It warns us of the enemies of energy, the insidious forces that relentlessly consume this vital, sexual energy daily. Consider the incessant chatter of the mind, the endless mental loops, the anxieties that grip your attention. This alone is a vast consumer. Each thought, each worry, each projection into an imagined future or regret of the past demands a portion of your vital current. It's like an open faucet, slowly but surely emptying your internal well. 1. This mental overactivity, far from being productive, fragments your focus, disperses the concentrated energy needed for true alchemia interior. It prevents the sustained internal gaze necessary to perceive the deeper mysterios occultos. It siphons away the very force that could be transmuted into higher consciousness. The external world, with its relentless demands for attention, only exacerbates this. The constant bombardment of information, the addiction to superficial stimulation, pull your awareness outward, away from the sacred internal process. Each distraction, each fleeting gratification, is an energetic transaction where you give more than you receive. This isn't merely about mental fatigue. It's about the erosion of your very essence, the vital creative impulse. So the first enemy, the most subtle yet pervasive, is this uncontrolled mental activity and external distraction. But what of the emotional storms that rage within, or the sustenance you provide your vessel? These two hold secrets to depletion, or perhaps to a deeper understanding of restoration. Indeed, the sustenance of your spirit extends far beyond mere physical nourishment. It is also found in what you allow to enter your psychic space. Consider the modern deluge, the incessant tide of information that floods your senses daily. Where once Sabiduría ancestral was gleaned from quiet contemplation and sacred texts, now a cacophony of fleeting images and instant gratification reigns. This is the very essence of overstimulation, a constant bombardment, a digital siren song that pulls your attention outward, fragmenting your inner world. Look to the glowing screens that hold so many captive. Social media, a vast, swirling current of curated realities and manufactured desires, siphons off your vital energia cosmica. Each like, each fleeting scroll is a microtransaction of your precious awareness, distracting you from the true alchemia interior. But there is a deeper, more insidious drain, one that targets the very wellspring of your creative force. The relentless exposure to hypersexualized imagery, easily accessible and constantly present, short-circuits the profound processes of vital energy. This isn't about natural expression. It's about the passive consumption of a powerful force, reducing the sacred to mere spectacle. It promises intimacy, but delivers only energetic depletion, leaving the soul parched. The ancient Mysterios Occultos spoke of the careful channeling of this potent sexual energy, seeing it as the raw material for illumina ka spiritual, not for casual dissipation. certain textos prohibidos, whispered among adepts, detailed practices, to transmute this primal force into higher states of consciousness. Yet in our haste, we squander it on fleeting impulses, mistaking momentary titillation for true fulfillment. This constant external focus prevents the inward gaze, the deep reflection necessary to unlock your own latent power. It is a subtle erosion, often unnoticed, until the well of creativity and vitality runs dry. How then can one reclaim this vital essence from the clutches of such pervasive overstimulation? How does one discern the authentic current from the illusory flow? A resposta reside now apenas en blindarse do assalto externo, mas en demascarar o inimigo mais insidioso, aquel que reside dentro de voca. Sim, follow do sashuro constante, da ledana interna que te se tapicaria de sua realidade. Estu cansado, no consigo, su velia de me paraíso. Cada uma dessas frases, aparentemente inofensivas, e a microsabotator da sua própria alcunha interior. Pense bem, beyond VMS's vozes, snow ecos da sabedoria ancestral, da verdade universal, ou snow sementes plantadas, regadas e cultivadas, pelo habito e pela ilusão? Os misterios ocultos sempre ensinaram que a mente não é apenas recipient de pensamentos, mas campo de energia que co-cria a realidade. Quando voca se rotula como cansado ou velho, não está apenas descrevendo estado, está ativando padrão vibratório que drena sua energia cósmica vital. Voca se torna a profecia que proclama. Essa é uma das mais profundas e menos compreendidas formas de vampirismo energético, ou autovampirismo. Não há textos proibidos mais poderosos do que os que Voca escreve, e reescreve em sua própria mente a cada momento. Aqueles que buscavam a iluminação espiritual compreendiam que a verdadeira batalha não era contra demônios externos, mas contra as legiões de pensamentos autolimitantes que ocupavam a cidadela da consciência. Como pode a semente de vitalidade florescer-se a própria terra onde ela reside, está sendo constantemente envenenada por monólogos de desânimo? Cada vez que Voca repite um mantra negativo sobre si mesmo, Voca está efetivamente cortando as raízes de sua própria capacidade de renovação e uma forma de encantamento reverso, onde o físico lancado e contra o próprio lengador. Mas como romper essa tia da aranja invisível, tecida fio a fio por anos de condicionamento? Como discernir o verdadeiro Voca das vozes que Voca acredita serem suas, mas que são apenas reflexos distorcidos de medos e limitações aprendidas? A resposta a isso nos leva a reino ainda mais profundo de consciência, lugar onde a própria natureza da percepção é questionada, e onde a chave para a liberdade reside na arte de ouvir. E-S-I-L-E-N-C-I-A-R that, if the mind's incessant chatter obscures discernment, consider the vessel that houses it. How can deep listening occur when your temple is subtly, relentlessly corrupted? Just as thoughts can poison, what you consume physically becomes a veil, dulling senses, dimming inner light. Our ancestors, custodians of true sabedoria ancestral, understood this. Food wasn't mere sustenance. It was an energetic sacrament, a direct conduit to Earth's vitality and the wider energia cosmica. They communed, not just consumed. But we've strayed from these mysterios occultos. We embrace convenience, ingesting foods that are less living matter, more chemical whispers, engineered to excite, not nourish. These heavily processed concoctions, modern textos prohibidos etched onto our cells, do more than clog. They cloud thought, disrupt the delicate gut-brain symphony, and sever our subtle connection to source. How aspire to illumina cause spiritual when the body's foundation battles synthetic invaders? This profoundly blocks true alchemia interior. The transformative fire cannot burn brightly with impure fuel, creating dissonance instead of harmony. Each bite of dead, manufactured food whispers disconnection, subtly draining your vital force. Think, your ability to hear intuition, to find profound inner silence, diminishes when your body's energy diverts to processing what it was never designed. OR. What if your restlessness, inability to focus, and lingering fatigue aren't just busy life symptoms, but a distressed body crying for pure, vibrant nourishment it remembers from ancient patterns? What if these innocuous choices actively color your reality with apathy and inertia? True freedom begins not only with taming the mind's cacophony, but with purifying its vessel, preparing ground for profound awareness to take root. This purification isn't just physical. It touches your energetic blueprint, leading us toward a deeper understanding of ... deeper understanding of the subtle currents that shape your existence. Just as impure fuel clogs the body, an untamed tongue dissipates the very energy you strive to cultivate. Observe the restless mind. Its incessant chatter often finds an echo in externalized, unfiltered speech. Is it not ironic that in our quest for Illumina Ka spiritual, we so often overlook the potent power and peril of the spoken word? The Sabiduria ancestral, echoing through the ages, points to the sacredness of silence. Many textos prohibidos describe speech not merely as sound, but as a direct emanation of vital force, a potent vibration. Excessive talking is a relentless energetic leak. It depletes your core, hindering the alchemia interior essential for true transformation. Every unnecessary word drains precious subtle energy, the very energia cosmica meant to elevate, not dissipate. How can the mysterios occultos unfold in a mind, constantly broadcasting its own noise? Revelation requires silence, not verbosity. Speaking needlessly dilutes your presence, obscures your true essence, and deafens you to intuition's whispers. You scatter intentions instead of focusing them into a potent stream. The tongue, though, small, wields immense power. This discipline of speech is a foundational pillar, a direct path to reclaiming lost power, a silent vow to honor the sacred within. But what if this silence, this intentional stillness, holds an even more profound secret ... What if this silence, this intentional stillness, holds an even more profound secret, the very one obscured by the incessant clamor of the external world, and paradoxically, by our own frantic pursuit of fleeting sensations? For if the tongue dissipates, what then of the insatiable hunger for immediate pleasure? This craving, this relentless pull towards instant gratification, is a subtle thief, more insidious than spoken words. It diverts the very current of energia cosmica meant for your ascension. The Sabiduria ancestral consistently warns against this entanglement, revealing it as a primary obstacle to Illumina Ka spiritual. Consider the ephemeral nature of such joys. They are but shadows dancing on a wall, leaving behind only the echo of emptiness. This constant seeking outside yourself for validation or happiness prevents the alchemia interior from truly commencing. The mysterios occultos cannot unveil themselves to a consciousness perpetually distracted by superficial delights. Many textos prohibidos speak of the great illusion of Maya, a veil woven from sensory desire, blinding us to the profound realities within. Each fleeting indulgence, each rush of dopamine, is a momentary diversion from the deeper work of self-discovery. It is a surrender of your sovereign power, an exchange of eternal truth for transient sensation. Ask yourself, what are you truly seeking when you chase these fleeting highs? Is it not an escape from stillness, from the profound truths that reside in silence? This constant outward grasp, this superficial consumption, serves only to reinforce the illusion of separation, chaining you to the material realm. It is a cycle of craving and temporary satiation, never true fulfillment. The true quest lies not in accumulating pleasure, but in discerning the subtle energies that define your inner landscape. The ancients knew that enduring joy sprang not from external stimuli, but from an inner wellspring of peace and wisdom. To chase external pleasure is to spill your own vital essence, to scatter the seeds of true power. What then lies beyond this endless chase? What profound wellspring awaits discovery, once the thirst for the superficial is quelled and the gaze turns inward? What then lies beyond this endless chase? What profound wellspring awaits discovery, once the thirst for the superficial is quelled and the gaze turns inward? Here, a paradox reveals itself. For many, the cessation of external pursuit does not bring peace, but unveils a profound unease, a gnawing current beneath being, chronic anxiety. This is no mere modern malady. It is an ancient echo, a resonant tremor signaling a deeper disconnection. Think of it not as an enemy, but a distorted messenger. Your mind, accustomed to outward distraction, finds itself adrift in its own thoughts, grappling with shadows previously ignored. This persistent hum of worry, this constant anticipation of peril, is often the very cosmic energy that, unchanneled, turns inward upon itself, creating a whirlwind of apprehension. The ancestral wisdom speaks of subtle bodies, of energetic centers, and how blockages manifest as dis-ease. This ceaseless apprehension is a cry from your deeper self, yearning for spiritual illumination. It calls you to inner alchemy, to transmute the lead of fear into the gold of understanding. Many forbidden texts, often dismissed as mythology, describe the archetypal fears that chain humanity: fear of scarcity, death, the unknown. They hint these are not to be avoided, but faced, for within their core lie hidden mysteries. What if this anxiety, this constant edge, is not a flaw to be eradicated, but raw material for profound transformation? What if it is the precise friction needed to ignite awareness within you? Consider the alchemist's furnace. Intense heat purifies. Your anxiety can be that very furnace. It forces a confrontation with your true being, with the fragile yet resilient architecture of your consciousness. What does this incessant feeling truly reveal about your mind's pathways and the echoes of collective human experience? What does this incessant feeling truly reveal about your mind's pathways and the echoes of collective human experience? This journey through the fires of apprehension often reveals a deeper, more unsettling void, a profound lack of purpose. Do not view this absence as a failure, but as an ancient signal, a primordial yearning from the core of your being. The very ancestral wisdom whispered through ages confirms that a life devoid of true direction is a rudderless ship tossed by every external gust. This inner aimlessness is, in fact, one of the most significant hidden mysteries of our modern age, masked by constant external noise. This vacuum, this sensation of drifting without a compass, is the universe compelling you towards a profound inner alchemy. It forces a confrontation, not just with fear, but with the very essence of your existence. What lies beyond the superficial goals society often dictates? The forbidden texts, often misinterpreted as dark lore, speak not of evil, but of the necessary descent into the underworld of the psyche before true spiritual illumination can dawn. They describe the great void as the fertile ground from which all authentic creation springs, a necessary precursor to alignment with the cosmic energy. Consider the ancient Egyptian concept of Ma'at, not merely as justice, but as cosmic order and purpose. A misalignment with Ma'at, individually or collectively, led to chaos. Your lack of purpose is a personal mat out of balance, signaling a disconnection from the very fabric of universal intention. What if this feeling of emptiness is not a deficit to be overcome, but a vast, silent chamber within you, awaiting the resonance of your unique calling? It is a sacred space, cleared by the furnace of anxiety, inviting you to etch your true design upon its walls. Is it possible that the greatest purpose is not found, but recalled from a deep, pre-existent memory within your soul, a resonance with the very breath of creation itself? You spoke of purpose, of the sacred void awaiting your true design. But what if this deep resonance, this recalling of your soul's blueprint, holds the key not just to meaning, but to regeneration itself? Ancient wisdom whispers of physical renewal, born not from external elixirs, but from an awakening within. These hidden mysteries are often dismissed as mere myth, yet the forbidden texts speak of three essential glands of youth, not merely biological organs, but energetic conduits, intimately connected to our capacity for spiritual illumination and cellular rebirth. Consider the pineal gland, often called the seat of the soul, or the third eye. It is more than just a regulator of sleep cycles. It is a direct antenna for cosmic energy, a receiver of frequencies beyond the ordinary spectrum. When aligned through conscious intention and inner alchemy, this tiny gland is said to flood the body with life-giving light, regenerating cells and restoring vitality. Then, there is the pituitary, the master gland, which orchestrates the body's entire endocrine symphony. But its esoteric role extends further. It is believed to be a bridge between the physical and the subtle, influencing psychic perception and amplifying the pineal's energetic output. And finally, the often overlooked thymus, cradled near the heart. In childhood, it is robust, vital for immunity, but it diminishes with age. Yet, certain ancient traditions suggest it holds a latent capacity for rejuvenation, tied to the purity of the heart and the release of emotional blockages. This isn't just about slowing aging. It's about reactivating dormant blueprints for perfect health imprinted within your very being. The challenge is to understand how these inner centers, these forgotten keys to vitality, are stifled by the modern dis-ease of purpose and the cacophony of external distractions. What if the true fountain of youth lies not in a secret spring, but in the harmonious resonance of these three inner sanctuaries, awaiting your conscious activation? This brings us back to the pineal, that enigmatic inner eye long revered in ancient wisdom traditions, not merely as a gland, but as a gateway to realms beyond waking perception. Its reactivation is one of the most profound hidden mysteries, whispered in sacred groves and etched in the symbols of forgotten civilizations. They understood that the very life force, often perceived through its physical manifestation as sexual, energy, is in truth a powerful current of cosmic energy. It is not meant solely for procreation or fleeting pleasure, but holds the dormant potential for transcendent experience. When this potent energy, this primal creative force, is consciously redirected and transmuted, it begins its ascent up, the central channel of the spine. This sacred pathway, known in various esoteric traditions as the Sushumna Nadi, acts as a conduit for a profound inner alchemy. As this vital current rises, purified and intensified through disciplined practice, it awakens each energetic center it encounters, culminating in the pineal gland. Its gentle stirring begins a process of spiritual illumination, an opening of the senses to frequencies previously imperceptible. This isn't mere theory. It's a practice documented in ancient forbidden texts, such as certain tantric scriptures, and alchemical treatises, which describe techniques for sublimation and the awakening of inner sight. They speak of a light within, a pure consciousness awaiting liberation. What profound truths might then be revealed by an awakened inner eye, seeing beyond the veil of ordinary reality? And what then is the true nature of the subtle body and its intricate connection to the very fabric of the cosmos? If the pineal gland, the inner eye, offers a glimpse beyond the veil, then what orchestrates the very symphony of our inner being, governing the flow of life's subtle currents? Here, we turn our gaze to the pituitary gland, often termed the master gland in modern physiology, yet whose true esoteric significance remains one of the deepest mysterios occultos. The Sabiduria ancestral, though not naming it as such, recognized a central orchestrator of vitality and inner harmony. This tiny marvel, nestled at the base of the brain, is a profound nexus, a miniature cosmos within, intricately linked to the very wellspring of our existence. It governs the hormonal system, yes, releasing those vital essences we know as dopamine, serotonin, and growth hormone, substances intrinsically tied to our sense of well-being, our joy, and even our physical regeneration. But these are not merely biochemicals. They are tangible manifestations of pure energia cosmica flowing through us, shaped and directed by this central conductor. The true alchemia interior, whispered of in certain textos prohibidos concerning human longevity. And transcendent states speaks not just of transmuting metals, but of refining the very essence of the self. This involves a profound balancing act, a subtle attunement of these inner currents, leading to an expanded state of illumina spiritual. Imagine then a fountain of youth not merely for the body, but for the spirit itself, constantly regenerating, constantly vital. Could the awakening and harmonization of this master gland, in concert with the pineal, unlock dimensions of human potential previously thought mythical? What if the true youth hormones are not just about preserving the physical form, but about sustaining a state of perpetual awareness and boundless creativity? This is not merely about physical youth, but about an unceasing, dynamic renewal of consciousness itself. And what then of the third eye, its chambers, and the subtle energies that flow between them? The true essence of immortality may not be endless physical life, but an unceasing renewal of consciousness, powered by these very glands. Your inner universe holds the key to boundless potential. What untapped power do you sense waiting to be awakened within you? Share your reflections below. If this journey illuminated your path, please share this video with others seeking truth and subscribe to join our growing community. Next, journey with us deeper into the mysteries of the awakened mind by watching Unlocking the Pineal Gland Secrets.